Westland is an amazing city to live and work in. There's always something going on. Whether you're a single young professional, married with kids, or enjoying your retirement, we have programs and events for everyone. The purpose of this new show is to look back at some of the things we've been working on bringing to the residents and visitors of Westland. I'll also take some time to look forward to some special events coming up so you can plan ahead and not miss anything. So sit back and enjoy this first edition of The Recap. The first program I want to talk about is also my favorite. When I took office, one of the things I wanted to do is make sure that everyone has an opportunity to be heard. In order to make that happen, I created the idea of a mayor's listening tour. At least once a month, I head out to a different location around the city, and sometimes I bring some of my key members of my administrative team. Other times it's just me. The idea is to give residents the opportunity to share their concerns and suggestions. We have had tremendous support for this program so far, with hundreds of people showing up in just the first few months. We're planning more stops on the listening tour, and this summer we will be including many neighborhood parks to reach residents in all areas of the city. Another new series of events that we have begun comes from our DEI department. Chief Diversity Officer C. Pascal Easy has lined up a host of excellent speakers for lunchtime conversations, including Fox 2 anchor Roop Raj.
So my mom and dad, who moved here in 1973, I don't know how many of you know Indian American families, raise your hand if you know an Indian American family. Ask them what their sons and daughters should do, and they'll tell you doctor or engineer. So the reason people move to Detroit is because you're going to work at DMC, or you're going to work at General Motors or Chrysler or Stellantis or wherever. And so I was not only facing rejection from myself because I couldn't get my speech right, and I finally got it right in the 4th grade. And I was also facing rejection from the Indian American community. So I had another impediment, not the speech impediment alone, but I had an impediment from people who looked like me. So the people I was going to lean on were the people who were pushing me away. And by the way, I know that their intentions were paved with nothing but goodness. They wanted what was best for the next generation. They knew that when they came into this country in 1973, the only way to make a living was to be a doctor or an engineer. So why would you then move 10,000 miles away and then have your son fail trying to do something? And in Indian culture, being a television anchor is like you're trying to be a movie star. That's kind of how they think of it. It's old school, right? And so I was facing adversity from within. And so the very people who I thought should support me were making fun of me. I actually had aunties and uncles, as we call them, say, "What, are you a DJ out in Flint?" You know? And I said, "What's wrong with being a DJ? What if I was," right? And so I really minded that, and so I felt alone. And at the end, I always said to myself, "And here I am alone." I would say that to myself.
The first two events were very well attended, and with the feedback we're getting, future ones will be even bigger. Keep an eye on our website and Facebook page to find out when the next lunchtime conversation will be happening, because you won't want to miss it. Pascal and his team didn't stop there. They also had the idea to draw attention to the very diverse business community that we have here in Westland. That's how we ended up hosting the first ever Minority Business Weekend in Westland back in March. We started with a networking reception at City Hall on Friday night and followed it up with a celebration of a variety of local business owners and entrepreneurs. We reached out to these stores, restaurants, and service providers and gave them the opportunity to advertise special offers and discounts on our website to drive customers their way for this special weekend. It was such a big hit that plans are already in the works for the second annual Minority Business Weekend. As mayor, it's very important to me that Westland is business friendly. A successful and vibrant business community contributes to an overall healthy local economy. One way we've started helping out our local establishments is by featuring them on our social media pages with our Sunday Spotlight posts. Our economic development team and communications department visit the business, take some pictures, and post them on Facebook and Instagram for all of our followers to see. When my schedule allows, I stop by to visit with them as well, and will occasionally do a live shot on our Facebook page to drive more customers their way. This is all free to the business owners. To learn more about the program and sign up to have us come to your location, visit the Economic Development page on cityofwestland.com. Another great resource for our business community is the Livonia Westland Chamber of Commerce. Our two neighboring cities recently merged our chambers to allow for greater reach and networking power for our members. To better represent Westland, they recently opened an office right here on Wayne Road. There will also be a new series on WLND where I will sit down with Chamber President Dan West to talk about what exciting businesses are opening in Westland and how they're helping our existing shops and restaurants build their brand. We also team up with the Chamber to celebrate new businesses with ribbon-cutting ceremonies. As we go to a break, here's a look back at some of the recent grand openings around town.
3, 2, 1.
Your hours too.
Alrighty. So yeah, we're open Fridays and Saturdays. Fridays 7 a.m. till noon. Saturdays 7 a.m. until 2. What we try to do here is take a bunch of different classics and kind of twist them a little bit because that's what keeps it interesting. So like I said, we have the Cruffin, which is a croissant muffin that's filled. We do a sausage gravy Danish as well, which, I mean, who doesn't like sausage gravy? And if it's portable, even better.
Yeah, well, hey, the stuff looks really good. I want to encourage the community to come over and support Emily and her business here. They're on John Hicks Road, just south of Cherry Hill. It's the small building with the red roof right here, and you'll see as you drive by, there's some signs out on the road. But don't miss it. Come check them out. It's, again, Fridays and Saturday mornings. I picked up some sweets to take back to City Hall. I'm excited to try those out today, and I got some coffee to go with it too. But
right next to Qdoba and Starbucks, and are really providing a very modern retail-based infusion experience where you get your private suite, Wi-Fi enabled services, flat screen TV, drinks, snacks. It's almost a spa-like experience that we're trying to provide for our patients. And that's really important because the patients getting infusion often need to get it for the rest of their lives. It's how they get their medication. For some reason or another, oral medication doesn't work for them.
3, 2, 1. Cut them away. There we go.
we're here at Autocraft Pro's grand opening, and I'm with the manager. And what kind of services do you provide? I know you have 4 different bays. There's some cars in the shop actually right now being worked on. What all do you do here? Tell us a little bit more about it.
We do everything from minor to major auto repairs. Up here, we treat people the same way we want to be treated. We always put ourselves in the customer's shoes. We give good deals. We help them out as much as we could. We have a quick turnaround time, and we try to do our best for our shop, for our family, for our community, and we're glad to be part of Westland community.
And we're really glad to have you here. I love seeing new businesses come in, especially family-owned small businesses like this one.
With the City of Westland's new emergency alerting system, Code Red, you can stay informed and up to date on important alerts in your area that can impact your property, your family, and you. Signing up is simple and requires just a few steps. Either text Westland Alerts to 24639 or visit cityofwestland.com/westlandalerts to set up an account to begin receiving voice messages, texts, and/or email notifications so you never miss crucial information. By adding your home address or secondary address, you'll receive alerts specific to your location. Plus, you can choose the language in which messages are received to best suit your needs. Our new emergency alerting system keeps residents in the loop, providing information regarding important events, including missing persons, criminal activities, road closures, water contamination concerns, adverse weather, fires, and other disasters. Don't wait any longer. Register today to feel confident in your ability to stay informed and prepared in the City of Westland.
One of the really special parts about being mayor is being able to connect with kids and making sure they have the resources and programs during their formative years. I was honored to visit with the young people of Escott Youth Development Program at Kronk Gym. They were studying Government Week, and as part of their classroom work, I was asked to come in and share thoughts about my story with them. Escott and Kronk are doing some excellent work, and I look forward to seeing what these dedicated young people do next with their lives. Turning from boxing to baseball, we recently celebrated the time-honored tradition of opening day baseball with the Westland Youth Athletic Association. Each year they put on a big program to make little leaguers feel like major leaguers. Our Parks Director, Kyle Mulligan, was out at J.C. Park and will tell us more.
Well, thank you, Mayor. Kyle Mulligan here, Westland's Parks and Recreation Director. We're here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon to kick off the baseball season for the Westland Youth Athletic Association. Every year we do this play ball event in partnership with the U.S. Conference of Mayors. As you can see behind me, we've got all the teams and all their families out here. We just finished the parade and the first pitch. Looking forward to a great season with the WIAA. They utilize a lot of our fields here in the city of Westland, and we're looking forward to having them back for another great season. Thanks again to everybody who's been out today, and back to you, Mayor.
That's great, Kyle. Looking at some of those pictures, I think I recognized a few of those kids from one of my trips during Reading Month. During March, I visited several of our schools to be a guest reader in the classroom. I'm an avid reader, and I was thrilled to be able to share that with these young people and encourage them to read too. Not too long after that, the tables were turned and some scout troops came by City Hall for a visit. I explained what a mayor does and a little bit about how local government works. And we made a stop to the city council chambers so they could see how it feels to be right there in a meeting. Then we came down here to the WLND studios and they saw how our communications teams puts these videos together. If you have a group that would like a similar tour of City Hall, call our office at 734-467-3200 and we'd be happy to arrange it. We've had some new faces around City Hall recently. Thanks to the recent appointments, we now have a full planning commission. Newcomers Brian Hopkins, David Swokas, and Jessica Hobbs have been added to that commission. That means that all 9 seats are currently filled, and that hasn't been the case for quite some time. The police department increased their ranks thanks to a generous donation from the Westland Rotary Club. Rotor is the department's new therapy dog. He'll be available as needed when officers or residents have experienced a traumatic event and also help with community relations. Our Westland City Council also has a couple of new faces on the dais. Douglas Wishart was appointed to fill the seat vacated when Jim Godpout joined my administrative team as our new deputy mayor. Then newly elected State Representative Peter Hersberg left his seat to go to Lansing on our behalf, and his seat was filled by Delano Hornbuckle. I look forward to working with both of them as well as the rest of our Westland City Council. Over in our Economic Development Department, former Administrative Assistant Brendan Schroeder was recently promoted to the vacant Business Retention Coordinator position. His knowledge, hard work, and dedication will be a great asset to the department. The other new face won't be spending too much time at City Hall. Chief Development Officer Alex Garza and his wife just had their first baby. Rami was born in April, and we send congratulations to the entire Garza family. Some of those new faces had to hit the ground running since it is budget time here in the city of Westland. Our finance team and I have been working with all of the departments to prepare the City of Westland proposed 24-25 budget. There are a lot of exciting things planned for the next 12 months and beyond. You can view the entire proposed budget by going to the finance page on our website at cityofwestland.com. I also sat down in the WLND studios with a few key directors to record a show highlighting their individual budgets. If you haven't seen them already, I encourage you to check them out. They can all be viewed on our Westland YouTube channel. You may have noticed a large amount of DTE energy trucks in our city lately. Crews have been working to provide upgrades to Westland's electrical infrastructure. The city has had several communications and meetings with DTE, and we're starting to see some of the results of those discussions. We will continue to work closely with DTE to make sure that residents and businesses get the reliable service that we all depend on. I'm going to take another short break, but when I come back, we'll highlight some of the recent events and talk about what's coming up here at the City of Westland.
With the City of Westland's new emergency alerting system, Code Red, you can stay informed and up to date on important alerts in your area that can impact your property, your family, and you. Signing up is simple and requires just a few steps. Either text Westland Alerts to 24639 or visit cityofwestland.com/westlandalerts to set up an account to begin receiving voice messages, texts, and/or email notifications so you never miss crucial information. By adding your home address or secondary address, you'll receive alerts specific to your location. Plus, you can choose the language in which messages are received to best suit your needs. Our new emergency alerting system keeps residents in the loop, providing information regarding important events, including missing persons, criminal activities, road closures, water contamination concerns, adverse weather, fires, and other disasters. Don't wait any longer. Register today to feel confident in your ability to stay informed and prepared in the City of Westland.
Our Parks and Recreation Department has been extremely busy this spring season. In addition to gearing up for the summer by planning many programs and events, they also found the time to create some new ones here at City Hall. Kyle Mulligan and his team organized the first ever family game night that took place in the Grand Ballroom and Gallery. We had about 100 people show up to play card games, board games, cornhole, and more. Let's have Parks Director Kyle Mulligan recap it for us.
Hello Westland, I'm Kyle Mulligan, Westland's Parks and Recreation Director. We are here at Westland's first official family game night. We invited all of the community out for this wonderful evening. We got a lot of cool stuff behind me as well as in the gallery. We're here at Westland City Hall. Big shout out to True Community Credit Union who helped sponsor the raffle basket for tonight, as well as PPM Tree Service. We're gonna now take a look at all the cool stuff that we got going on behind me, and we'll see you in a sec. Thank you again to everybody who came out for family game night. We're just about to wrap up. A lot of cool stuff that happened here in the ballroom and the gallery. Thank you again to Vizzy's Pizza for supplying the pizza for this evening for everybody who came, and also True Community Credit Union and PPM for all their help in all the Parks and Recreation and Westland events. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Kyle. That was just the tip of the iceberg. They also organized a STEAM event for kids here as well. STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math. This fun, interactive program helped dozens of kids have fun learning. Let's throw it back to one of the hardest working guys in Westland, Kyle Mulligan.
Thank you, Mayor. We're here today on a Saturday at City Hall for our Mobile Education STEAM event. A lot of cool stuff for everybody. STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math. We have 11 different stations set up today inside the ballroom here at City Hall. We've got Bop It Lights, that's a competition where you touch the buttons for points. We've got Buzzwire, which is a connection, little operation style. We've got 3D print art for the kids on a bike. VR stations, Connect, which is the tilting of an iPad that moves a little ball around. We've got gears through the arts. We've got a prehistoric playground with some old fossils in there and a sandbox. We've got some building block materials. So all in all, great day. A bunch of kids came out and had a really good time, and we'll look forward to do it again soon.
City Hall is a great place to hold these kinds of events, but we have another building in Westland that is also perfect for even larger scale programs. The Jefferson Barnes Community Vitality Center in Norwayne plays host to many classes, activities, and events every month. A couple of weeks ago, the center teamed up with the Norwayne Community Citizens Council and the Westland Rotary to present the annual Family Jamboree. This one-stop shop for all kinds of family resources was a huge success.
Thanks, Mayor. I am here with Christina Worm. Christina Worm is the chair of the Norwayne Citizens Council. We're here at the Family Jamboree Family Resource Fair here at Jefferson Barnes Community Vitality Center. I know the Norwayne Citizens Council was a major sponsor for this. Christina, what's going on here today?
Yeah, we have all kinds of resources for families of all ages. We got your littles all the way up to your senior citizens. A lot of people just don't know what's available out here as far as nutrition, medical information. There's so much stuff out here. And this is a one-stop shop to really know in the area what's available to a lot of the families out here. So it's always nice to come out here. We have a lot of, and then they always have free giveaways too. That makes it kind of nice. So you always get some keepsakes to go home and then remember who you've talked to and what you've learned today.
Absolutely, and we had a lot of great vendor booths behind me and throughout the entire area. Big shout out again to the Norwayne Citizens Council as well as the Westland Rotary.
Yes.
They actually are helping us with the pizza for today's event, as well as they donated 2 bikes as part of the raffle giveaways that are the main grand prize of the day as well. So, Christina, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, and not only did we have the bikes, but we also have a bunch of baskets that were donated from a lot of the resources that were here today. So we have great weather, perfect weather. It's always a fun time. We have so much for everyone to do, and like I said, you learn how to take care of yourself and your family in the process. So.
And have fun while doing it. There's a lot of cool, fun games and activities. The kids are having a blast. So, reporting here, back to you, Mayor.
That is an annual event that gets better each and every year. That is exactly what we hope happens with our new Autism Awareness Month walk. We held the first one on April 28th, and we had an excellent show of support. We had over 75 people come together to learn about autism, get resources from organizations like Hagira and the Autism Society of Greater Detroit. Councilwoman Melissa Sampe and I led a short outdoor walk to show support, acceptance, and raise awareness for the families and caregivers of those who deal with autism every day in their lives. We will definitely be holding this event again next April. This has all been just a taste of the many things that have happened recently here in Westland. We also had a very successful dog vaccination day. We recognized some amazing young people at the annual Youth Assistance Recognition Dinner, and I was honored to present an Eco Award at our Earth Day celebration. If you missed those, don't worry. There's more on the way. Very soon we'll be starting up our Farmers and Artisans Market for the season. Every Thursday you can come up to Central City Park to pick from the freshest locally grown produce and browse handmade items while supporting small businesses and entrepreneurs. We're also making final plans for this year's version of Smooth Summer Nights. Alexander Zonjic will be returning to Central City Park to fill the air with sounds of jazz. This all leads up to the biggest event of the season, Blues, Brews, and Barbecue. This year you will notice a whole new lineup of the best blues artists around with amazing food to please every palate. So mark your calendars for Friday, August 2nd and Saturday, August 3rd for that one. The best place to see all of the events and programs that we have to offer is on our website, cityofwestland.com. We have a calendar of events that lists the time and location for each event, and you can jump over to the recreation portal on there to register for activities as well. You can also stay in the loop by following us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube. And of course, if you have any questions, you can always call our office at 734-467-3200. We're here to help.